Welcome back to Eatrigue and my 7-day challenge to turn vegan for an entire week. Last time I successfully completed 2 days of eating no meat, dairy or other animal products.
It does taste a bit oaty.
Had my first foray into plant-based meat alternatives.
It tastes like peas.
And finished day 2 on a rather successful chickpea curry.
It tastes pretty good too.
Now in part 2, I continue my hunt for a good vegan cheese.
I can whack the heat up and hopefully get that to melt.
Adapt one of my own creations using vegan alternatives.
I'm going to try it with the vegan oat yogurt.
And find out if vegan bacon is actually any good.
I just need to crisp it up like anything.
For breakfast on day 3, I'm making a smoothie using some of this oat-based yogurt, which is really thick and gloopy, along with some soya milk, some frozen berries, and these massive fresh blueberries. Look at the size of these things. That's all blended up into this really thick concoction. Cheers.
Practically made a sorbet here. Rather than a smoothie. Oh well. Tastes alright. So for lunch today I am making a falafel wrap. Now of course you could just buy falafels, which are always very nice, but I'm making things from scratch as much as possible this week, so I'm going to do that. First time I ever made falafels. It looks really, really simple. All you need is some chickpeas, onion, bit of garlic, some ground coriander, and then some oil for frying. Bung all this in the blender, whiz it up, form it into balls, and fry it till it's cooked. I've always had a problem with this blender. Let's hope it works this time. Okay, I'm getting out the hand blender. This is not working. Okay, here we go. Just realised I've not put any salt and pepper in there. So that is apparently raw falafel. Looks like hummus, but I guess that's what it is. Okay, so now you just spoon some of this into the hot oil, which should be hot enough. Alright, I'm having the same problem that I had during my international breakfast week, where they're just disintegrating. What is going on? Why can't I fry this kind of stuff? This is crazy. I've basically made chickpea slop. I mean, look at the state of that. That is ridiculous. What went wrong? Ugh. I mean, it tastes alright. It's just not what it's supposed to be. You know what? I think the problem is because I'm using tinned chickpeas. And that's the same thing I had with the bean balls in the International Breakfast Challenge. So, yeah. Next time use dried. Always remember that. If you're making a fried bean thing, or fried pea thing, dried peas and beans. Alright, off to Asda I go. Got some, right. Really hungry now. Let's just crack on. So I'm going to heat up a wrap in the microwave. I'm going to slice up some cucumber and some tomato to have in this. A few of the falafels, just slice them up a bit to make them smaller, easier to get. I'll take the wrap, which I've just heated up in the microwave, pour on some of this yogurtini sauce. Good amount of that on there. Why not? And then some sriracha sauce. Good amount of that on the bottom now. And just throw the other bits in. Falafel, tomato, cucumber. Then we throw on some herbs. I've got some parsley, mint and coriander here. Oh, that smells so fresh. Awesome. And just a smidgen of lime juice. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Okay, let's try this out. Yeah. God, I was so keen to just eat that, I forgot to show you it. Oh, it's all falling apart. Wrap that back up. How awesome does that look? So delicious as well. And healthy. Chef's kiss. We got there in the end. Okay, it's dinner time. Now, today I'm preparing some veggie burgers. So I've got these burgers from Wicked Kitchen by Tesco. And these are wheat and pea protein burgers with a sweet and smoky banging barbecue flavour, which sounds awesome. So hopefully these are nice. I've had a couple of vegan burgers before actually. I went to a vegetarian restaurant in London, and they had some great burgers there. So I'm hoping these cook at home ones are just as good. The only problem I had is I want to have this in a brioche bun, because we all know that burgers taste better in a brioche bun. And unfortunately, regular brioche is made using milk and eggs, which is therefore not vegan. So there are vegan versions. I could not find them anywhere. We went to about 5 shops, and we finally ended up in Aldi, and they came through. And we got some vegan brioche buns here from Aldi, from a brand called Plant Menu, which I'm assuming is one of Aldi's own brands. We're going to have them with some cheese. Now, unfortunately, the cheese that we bought before, as we could tell, didn't melt as well on the potatoes. So we have gone for a different vegan cheese, but it actually says it melts beautifully. So this is an applewood flavoured cheese. So hopefully this will look good on a burger. You need melted cheese on a burger. If it's not melted, it's not a burger in my opinion. But actually, one thing I was really happy with when I went into Aldi, I did find some other crisps that are completely vegan. So Seabrook, natural sea salt, poor in flavour. But I did also find some onion rings. As you can see, I've opened these. I've been stacking these earlier. But also some pickled onions and roast beef flavour. So looking forward to snacking on these a little bit later. Alright, let's see what these smell like. Ooh, that's a good barbecue smell. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I know it says barbecue on the packet, but I wasn't expecting to smell it immediately. That is good. I'm looking forward to cooking these. Let's look at this cheese. Firstly, it does smell like applewood cheese, which is great. But again, it looks like that completely artificial block that we had on the other cheese. But the smell is much nicer, so that's good. Yeah, it's got that sort of slight rubberiness to it, a bit like we had on the other one. Actually, that's a nice taste. It's got that right amount of cheesiness that you need. Wonder what it's like when it's melted. So reading the instructions, heat a little oil in a frying pan and cook on a medium heat for 12 to 14 minutes. Just like a regular burger. That smell is pretty good actually. Alright, time for the first flip. I'm just going to use this other small pan to toast the buns. Just about ready for our cheese. I'm going to just layer this on top. And then a great trick to make sure it actually melts, cover it. Just creates the steam and it will melt it all nicely. See how we're looking. It's not melting beautifully. If this was regular cheese, I would expect it to be like in the pan by now. Whack the heat up and hopefully get that to melt. Okay, time's up. When you're melted or not, you're going on the bun. And finally, some chips. And there we go. Veggie burger with chips. Let's go see how it tastes. The top's falling off.
I was like,
No, the top of your burger bun. not the top you're wearing. So this is a barbecue smoked burger with applewood cheese, a bit of mayo on the bottom and some salad.
this smells amazing.
That's pretty nice. It almost tastes like when you have a burger with barbecue sauce in it. That's basically what this tastes like. That's actually quite nice. The cheese has melted a bit. I wouldn't go as far as it's melted beautifully. but maybe it melts beautifully in other circumstances.
Or in comparison to every other vegan cheese.
Maybe you'd put it on a topping of something you put in the oven, maybe. It might melt better. It's actually tasty. I mean, I think the fact that it tastes like barbecue kind of hides the fact that it's not
Meat.
pretending to be meat.
Yeah.
There's a different flavour in there. And the texture's perfectly fine. That one is good. I am very happy with this. And of course, chips are vegan. So I did check, just in case. You might have had some sort of beef fat on it or something, I don't know. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I've got to stop it over now.
Day 4, having a very simple breakfast today. Having crumpets. Now, normally I have to have crumpets with honey. Of course, I can't eat honey. It's made by bees, therefore not vegan. So instead, I'm using some maple syrup. Hopefully, it's just as good. Let's give it a go. It's not bad. I mean, you've got the sweetness in there, but I think I prefer the taste of honey. Me. Okay, so today's lunch, I'm going to have some pesto pasta. This is an invention that we made ourselves. It's so stupidly simple, it's ridiculous. All you need is some onion, tomato, garlic, jar of pesto. So we're using Tesco Free From Vegan Pesto. Now normally pesto has cheese in it, like a particular type of cheese, like a parmesan type thing. And then of course we put some mayonnaise in it, so we're going back to our Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise. And we're going to try it with the vegan oat yogurt as well. Rather simple to prepare. All you do is just cook your pasta, fry your onion with your garlic. So the pasta's almost ready. So now at this point, I'm going to throw in pesto into your onions. For us, about half a jar. And then throw in your tomatoes. The important bit with this is you don't want to cook your tomatoes, you basically just want to heat them up a little bit. You don't want your tomatoes cold in this one, but you don't want to get rid of all the juice. Which is why you do it basically when the pasta is almost ready, which it basically is. So I'm going to turn that off and drain it. And then with the pasta in your saucepan that is off, you don't want it on, you pour the onion tomato pesto mix into it. Add in some of the yogurt, maybe like 1.5 tablespoons of that. A good amount of mayo, let's go for that much. And basically just toss it through so it's all nice and coated. I try not to make a mess like that. Maybe I should have used a bigger pan. You can just see that get lovely, silky smooth. Probably made a little bit too much here, but since when have you ever made the correct amount of pasta? No one has ever done that, ever. And there you go, vegan pesto pasta. Let's see how this tastes. Oh, it's delicious, so silky smooth. This makes for a really simple, quick, delicious lunch. Or dinner. Depending on how lazy you feel. Done. Next. Alright, day 4 dinner. We're gone halfway point now, which is pretty awesome. Weirdly, I'm not missing meat. Bit weird. And actually, I'm also feeling a bit lighter. I actually weighed myself a bit earlier, and I've lost weight. And all my other stats are improving, like my BMI and my water and all that kind of stuff. So that's a plus, I think. So, but today I'm cooking tofu katsu curry. I absolutely love a katsu curry. Obviously, it normally is eaten with chicken, but I'm going to make the vegan tofu version today. So I've got a recipe which I found online, and again I'll link down below. I've got all kinds of stuff here. I've got carrot, onion, garlic, ginger, some mint, coconut milk, panko breadcrumbs, some maple syrup, and of course curry powder and turmeric. This one takes quite a long time to cook.
This one's about an hour, but that's alright because you need to sizzle everything down nicely. I have made a katsu once before. It was a long time ago. It's actually quite easy to make. I'm just going to roughly chop this carrot because it all gets blitzed up eventually, so you just need to make it small enough to soften. So I've chopped the onion, the ginger and the carrot. I've also got the garlic there ready to crush in a bit. I'm just going to measure out the spices now. So we need half a tablespoon of curry powder. I've gone for a medium curry powder here. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Yeah, that's about a 1/4 teaspoon. I also need half of this tin of coconut milk. And this time I'm not going to spill it all over the counter. Okay, so in a nice warm pan, I'm going to heat up some olive oil, because olive oil is awesome, and then fry an onion and carrot. So you just leave that on its own for about 8 minutes till the onion starts to caramelise. Yeah, it's just about ready, so I'm going to throw in the ginger and the garlic. I'm going to stir, give that another 2 minutes. And then we add in the coconut milk. Nice sizzle on there. And then a couple of tablespoons worth of maple syrup. Let's just free pour that. And then just some additional water. And then just cover that on a low heat and simmer for about 20 minutes. As that's simmering, we're going to prepare the tofu. So this is tofu. So this is the first time I've ever bought tofu, first time I'm ever cooking tofu. I think I've eaten it again, sort of at like vegetarian restaurants, but I've never cooked it, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, so first I need to cut here and drain. That's what the little tab says down there. Ooh, didn't drain that very well. So this particular brand, it just says it's deliberately wonky because they form it by hand. I'm assuming if your regular tofu is like square. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just going to cut some pieces out of this. It doesn't say how thick to cut it, so I'm going for about 1 centimetre. Now the instructions do say to cut it diagonally in triangles, sort of like that. I'll set those to one side for now. We need to prepare the breadcrumb mix. You need 2 bowls. One is going to have a mix of corn flour, which is you need 1 tablespoon of corn flour and 3 tablespoons of water. Season that up with a bit of salt and pepper. Weird watery corn flour mix thing there. And then in another bowl, you add in some panko breadcrumbs. Dip each slice of tofu into the corn flour first, followed by the panko breadcrumbs. Done. Next up, you start cooking with rice. Okay, this katsu is ready for the next stage, which is basically blitz it up. I'm going to be safe. I'm not going to blitz it in the pot. I'm going to put it into this jug because it's got higher sides. It's boiling hot, so I don't want to burn myself. That smells amazing. I need to give it a try. It's good. It's missing something. So I make a little bit of lime juice to perk it up. Maybe a bit more sweetness, so let's put in a bit more maple syrup. And then some salt. And throw it back in the original pan and heat it through. Nothing like a bit of wine whilst you're cooking. Okay, so now we need to fry the tofu. Add in some olive oil. I think you need quite a bit actually, because you need to fry it nicely. So I've got my tongs for turning, and I'm going to add these by hand. Gently does it, I think, with these, because I'm not quite sure how the panko is actually going to stay attached or just fall off. So that'll be a nice surprise for us. So you cook them for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. And whilst you're waiting, you drink wine. Well, that's not bad, is it? It's looking perfectly golden brown. That is exactly what we need. You'll see I tried to stand these up on end because obviously when you look at it, the edges are not getting as crispy. So if I stand them up a little bit, that might help. It certainly works with a steak. Whether it works with tofu, we don't know. Okay, it's time to serve. So I'm going to try and serve this all fancy, like pour it into a small little dish like this, pat it down, and it'll just come out in the shape of a bowl. Look at that! How awesome is that? Next, throw on a few of our tofu pieces. I'm going to put 2 on top like that. I'll just put a couple of extras around the edge. And we get our wonderful, beautifully silky curry sauce. And give it a nice good amount on the top there. And for a bit of extra flair, let's chop up some coriander and mint and sprinkle that on top of each one. Get a bit of cucumber and then some lime. How awesome does that look? It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Cool. Let's go give it a go. Here you go.
Oh wow. Wow.
Presentation, right?
Presentation.
10 out of 10?
10, 20 out of 10. That's amazing.
You can't get 20 out of 10. So this is a vegan katsu curry with tofu instead of chicken.
Awesome.
The tofu is just a bit boring actually, isn't it? The tofu itself.
What is that?
Yeah.
But isn't that the thing? Isn't that, you know, tofu they always put in with a whole bunch of other stuff to make it tasty?
Maybe if there was like a flavoured tofu rather than a plain tofu. Curry itself is great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really... It tastes like a katsu curry.
Also, I think katsu is inherently vegan anyway. I don't think there's anything in there that is animal product, even when you prepare it normally. Well, this is nice. But we have some pudding.
We have pudding? What's for pudding?
I bought some ice cream. Salted caramel brownie. Brownie. I said that weird.
You didn't say that.
Ooh, it's immediately softer. Normally with Ben & Jerry's you need to like wait for 5 minutes before you can even eat it because it needs to get cool. Warm-ish. Flavour's good immediately.
Definitely does what it says on the tin, right?
Yeah. It's not a tin, it's a tub.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. My experience with vegan desserts, because we did buy one accidentally once. What was it, like a cheesecake or something? We saw the flavour and I was like, that looks great. Didn't realise it was vegan until we got home. But it was quite grainy. I can't even tell the difference between this and standard ice cream.
No.
Other than the fact that I can eat it immediately out of the freezer.
And you know, in the future, I would buy this. For the simple reason that it tastes amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to leave you be so I can eat this entire tub in peace.
You're sharing, remember?
And I'll see you tomorrow.
No! I want it! Mine! No!
Okay, so start day 5. It's now the weekend, because I didn't start this on a Monday, because why would I? And today I've got soya milk in my tea, so let's give this a taste. Different taste. I'm not sure if I like it. Maybe it's something I get used to. Anyway, it's the weekend, so I need bacon. That's the rule. But of course, this isn't bacon. This is plant-based rashers. This is a trend in vegan food, actually, is trying to imitate meat. So, and there we go. That's what it looks like in the packet. Kind of looks a bit like bacon, but also doesn't at the same time. So I'm going to have it on the brioche buns that we had left over from the burgers the other day. Fran's going to have hers with chutney because she's South African and that's what she does. I'm going to have mine with, of course, HP sauce, which is vegan, even though it does say on the packet suitable for vegetarians. But there's nothing in the ingredients that suggests it isn't vegan, and when I googled it, everywhere says it is vegan apart from the HP website, which is making me worry a little bit. Alright, let's get started. please ignore the dishes. I haven't actually washed up after dinner yesterday. So anyway, so to cook this is basically just cook it like normal bacon. Put a bit of oil in the pan and fry it for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, well it doesn't smell like bacon. And it almost looks like beef jerky actually, which is very odd. It's made from soya and pea protein. Of course it is, everything's made from soya and pea protein, isn't it? Firstly, of course, I'm going to toast the brioche buns because them's the rules. There we go. Perfectly browned buns. And then we'll throw in the oil. And then in with the not bacon rashers. Well, it's sizzling and popping a lot more than bacon. I'm assuming there must be quite a bit of water in there, which is what's doing that. So yeah, the biggest ingredient is water, then soya and protein concentrate. So that's probably why. It's actually got quite a fishy smell, almost like kippers. And it does seem to be crisping up like bacon, sort of like the American style streaky bacon. Certainly doesn't seem to be anything like back bacon. And this is what we've produced. I'll stick these in our buns. I'm just going to have one on the side so I can just taste it on its own. Put our favourite toppings on. Chutney for Fran, brown sauce for me. Okay, let's give this a go then. It's crispier than I prefer my bacon to be. In the sandwich, doesn't taste too bad. I'm just going to try a bit just on its own now. Yeah, it does kind of taste a bit like bacon, but it kind of has a fishy undertone to it. It's just odd. I don't know. As an alternative to bacon, I think it's not quite there. It needs some work, but meh. For lunch on day 5, I'm having a vegan cheese and pickle sandwich because thankfully Branston pickle is vegan, which is a relief. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I thought I'd also give you an update on how things are going. Not bad actually. I have stuck religiously to the vegan plan, even when I've not been filming. Every single cup of tea I've had, every single snack I've had, it's all been vegan friendly. I suppose the one thing I didn't really like was the oat milk in the tea. I had a tea with soy milk this morning. First taste, it obviously tasted different. I wasn't sure about it, but then I've had like 3 more cups today because I'm British and I drink a lot of tea, and actually it's growing on me. I think I prefer the soy milk over the oat milk, so there's another thing. I did also buy some almond milk, so I'm going to try that later on as well and see how that tastes in comparison. In fact, I showed you these the other day, these crisps that I picked up from Aldi. I had the roast beef ones yesterday. Didn't actually bother filming it because couldn't be bothered. I actually quite enjoyed them-ish, but I kind of felt they were a bit too smoky. So let me just try these pickled onion ones now. Ooh, they're green. That's interesting. Tastes like pickled onion crisps. So it's mostly made from marrow fat peas, 68%. So yeah, how things are going. I'm kind of becoming a bit disillusioned with the fake meats. Obviously I know companies are trying to make alternatives to meat and trying to make it look like meat. For someone who is a meat eater, and to be honest, will probably continue to eat meat after I've finished this week, I think they're not quite there if they're trying to recreate a genuine meat type product. When you eat it by itself, it just feels wrong. The texture's not right, flavour isn't always right. But when you put it in something, then that's when it comes into its own. I think like with the bacon this morning, it tasted fine. It didn't taste like bacon, but then it also didn't taste off-putting. I've got a couple other things coming up later in the week. I've got some sort of fake chicken stuff, so we'll give that a go. I suppose one other thing that I should probably mention is about my weight and my energy levels. So I wasn't actually expecting to lose weight this week. Well, maybe a little bit, but I actually lost a lot more than I expected, which is weird considering I haven't actually been exercising either. I've actually lost like 1 kilo in like 5 days. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm eating vegan food or it's because I've actually planned what I'm going to eat for the week and therefore not overeating, or if it's a combination of both, I don't know. Energy levels, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. A couple of mornings I've woken up and my tummy has been rumbling really badly, which I rarely got. In the meantime, I'm going to finish my sandwich, finish my crisps, drink more Diet Coke because caffeine is king. So I've got very, very boring dinner today. Just got some pizza, but it's a Chicago Town jackfruit pizza, which is quite interesting. Obviously, it's going to have vegan cheese in it as well, so I'm hoping that that's going to melt. One thing I would like to do, actually, just thinking about melting cheese, that applewood that we put on the burger the other day, I'm going to see how that melts if it's like on cheese on toast. Maybe that's tomorrow's breakfast. That's a good idea. Cheese on toast for breakfast. Perfect. Right. Let's get on with my day. Okay, so for dinner today, I'm just cheating and I'm just going to cook some pre-prepared pizza because I've been making so much involved dinners all week that I need a night off. So, but we found a couple of Chicago Town stuffed crust pizzas that are actually vegan. So this has got a sticky barbecue jackfruit topping. And then the other one is smoky bacon and mushroom. I'm kind of hoping that the smoky bacon is better than the not bacon we had this morning. So they're not saying they've got vegan cheese or anything like that. They're calling it grated pizza topping. I'm assuming that is the alternative for cheese. Now I'm actually hoping that this melts well because Chicago Town are a massive company and they've presumably gone through a very intensive testing process to find the right cheese alternative for them. Okay, so this is what they look like before they're cooked. This is the jackfruit one. That is really colourful actually, isn't it? I really like the colours on that. This is the smoky smoky bacon and mushroom. So, right, let's cook them. See how they taste. Okay, so the bacon one is ready. You can see that the cheese hasn't really done anything, has it? It's sort of, there's a glisten on it. It looks like to say it's melted though. And there's the jackfruit. That one hasn't quite got as crispy, but I think it will do. So this one is the fake bacon, and this one is the jackfruit.
Oh wow, they look really pretty.
Shall we start with that one then?
Cheers.
Cheers.
It smells smoky. Very smoky.
Yeah.
And it tastes fake. Oh, it's not a quality bacon.
Do you want to know what they call the cheese as well?
No, what?
Grated pizza topping.
So it's like, it could be anything.
Yeah. They're not even using the word cheese.
The base is quite nice though.
Base is good. I think it's probably the same base that they were using the normal one. I mean, I can eat it. But let's try the jackfruit.
So this isn't even trying to be anything, it's just
No.
tells you on the tin.
Jackfruit is a jackfruit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite nice actually.
You know what it's missing? Pineapple.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's it.
You split my audience.
No. Just down the middle. Sorry. Also, the cheese didn't melt.
No. I mean, it's enjoyable. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not going to not eat it. As in, I'm going to eat it all.
Yes.
But
I probably won't order it again. Fix the cheese and you'll have a great product.
Well, that's the end of day 5. 2 more days to go. I can do this. I can do this. Flavour is good. It's really stodgy though. That looks amazing. Ow, that is warm. And that's how I cook a roast dinner with vegan chicken.
That looks like chicken.
I'm a genius. This is hot sauce, which is the best. This is the first one that's scaring me. There's the kick. Ooh.